Today we're comparing the Victory Amplification Kraken MKII to the PRS MT15. The Victory Kraken MKII came out recently and it's a really cool amplifier. I like it a lot. I recently did a full demo and review on the channel, which you can check out up here or down here if you're interested. But yeah, it's a compact little lunchbox style amplifier, 50 watts, so quite powerful. It has two 6L6 tubes in the power section, a clean channel, a gain 1 channel, so a crunch channel, and a high gain, the gain 2 channel. Shared EQ and a bunch of cool features like the presence shift, the depth focus, and all that stuff. And I think that every single tone on this amplifier shines. So the cleans are beautiful, the crunch is great, and the high gain is wonderful as well, and really unique. And the newly added presence control really makes this amp that much more flexible. So yeah, I love it. Now in Europe, this amp costs around 1,650 euros or so, but keep in mind that this amplifier was made in the UK. So yeah, really cool amplifier. The PRS MT15 has been around for a little bit longer. Of course, this is the Mark Tremonti signature amplifier, the first version. I'm sure you all know this amplifier by now, but yeah, 15 watts, two 6L6 tubes in the power section, 2 channels, a clean channel, and a lead channel. The clean does cleans very well, so it's a high headroom clean. And the lead is great for high gain tones, but not very great for crunch tones, in my opinion. Each channel has its own EQ section, so it's a little bit more flexible in that regard in comparison to the Kraken, which only has one EQ section for the entire amplifier. But yeah, cool little amplifier. I've featured it in many videos on the channel, and yeah, I'm sure you guys all know how this amplifier sounds. It's a lot more affordable. It's made in China, and this amplifier is around 599, so 600 euros over here in Europe. And in terms of the size, the PRS MT15 is a bit bigger, a bit more chunky, and the Kraken is a bit more compact. But they both have around the same weight, if that's even important at all. So we're going to compare the two amplifiers, and I think you'll find this test interesting because they both definitely sound unique. Now for all the tones in this video, I'm going to run both of the amplifiers through my trusty RedSeven Amplification Amp Central reactive load and through OwnHammer IRs. For the clean tone, I'm using a Rockbox IR, the M25 L2003A speaker option on the Modern 3 mic mix, which is basically a very nice sounding greenback. And then for the heavy stuff, I'll use the low tuned essentials with the high gain mix, which is great for metal and stuff like that. Now we're going to start with the clean tones, of course, and for that purpose, I'll use my Schecter E1 SLS Elite with the Fishman Fluence modern pickups in it on the Alnico neck pickup, which is a pickup that I love for clean tones. And for this first example, I'm going to add a little bit of room reverb in post. Okay, let's take a listen. Check it out. Alright, so both the amplifiers sound nice here for sure, but in this case I do prefer the Kraken because I think that it fits the mix a bit better, and because of the saturated and compressed sound it stays forward a bit more. Not to mention that the mid-range and the treble region is just more present on this amplifier. It's more chimey. So I really like the clean channel on this amplifier, and the fact that you can push it up to a very nice sort of mild overdrive is a huge plus for me because I love that when clean channels are able to do that. And by the way, I had the presence shift on for this example because I like that to make the amplifier sound very nice, bright, chimey, and open. And those really bright tones tend to complement neck pickups very well. Now the MT15 also sounded nice here. It's just a little bit more polite, a little bit more sterile sounding, and a little bit more scooped. So in the mix, it kind of disappears a little bit more than the Kraken. So the extra mid-range and clarity really helps this amplifier in my opinion. But again, it's a very nice amplifier in its own right. I also noticed that this amplifier does have a little bit more oomph in the bottom end. So overall, for the clean tones at least, the Kraken is a little bit more tight and the MT15 is a little bit more scooped and big sounding. By the way, for the clean tones on the MT15, I did pull out the treble pull boost. Now let's also check out this comparison with just the isolated guitars, and I'll also turn off the reverb this time. Take a listen. Great, now let's move on to the really fun stuff, the heavy stuff, with the lead channel on the MT15 and the gain 2 channel on the Kraken MKII. For this example, I'm going to use my Schecter E1 Apocalypse Red Rain, such an awesome guitar, with the Schecter USA Apocalypse pickups on the bridge pickup. Now for the Kraken, I'm turning the presence shift off for this one because for the lead tones and the heavy tones, I do prefer it with that off. Okay, let's take a listen. Check it out. Awesome. Both sound great, but they both sound different. Each amplifier, again, sounds quite unique here. Now let's also check out the isolated guitars. Excellent. So again, they both have their own unique flavor going on, and I think that's awesome. The Kraken has a very dry, tight, and sort of grainy and unforgiving, aggressive sound to it. Really cool. Very articulate as well. Very edgy. And like I said, it's very unforgiving, so all the little nuances and everything that you play really come through with this amplifier. So this amplifier really wants you to play tight. I really like the amp because of that, because of the unique tone that it has. The MT15 sounds a little bit more polished and smooth overall, a little bit more scooped too, with a bit more of an airy top end. It's also a great sound, no doubt. Which one do I prefer this time? Well, in this case, it's a little bit less easy because they both sound excellent. It would depend on the guitar, the style, the song, and all that stuff. But I think in general, I just prefer the unique sound of the Kraken. It's just really raw and sort of primal sounding, and I can't think of any other amplifier that can do this exact sound. So it's very unique. So yeah, if you're on a budget, the MT15 is still a wonderful amplifier to get, no doubt. For the price, it's just really hard to beat, basically. The Kraken is more versatile though. The crunch channel is just wonderful on this amplifier. The MT15 really can't do crunch that well, in my opinion. And this one is also more compact and louder too. And it comes with a gig bag as well as 2 foot switches. And of course, this one was made in the UK and the MT15 was made in China. So I guess it all depends on your personal preferences, you know, the tone that you prefer, and also your budget. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below because I'd love to know. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it useful. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and subscribe down below, as that really helps the channel out. I'd hugely appreciate it. And of course, you can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching and hope to see you soon. Cheers.